Block 7, The Greatest Generation, Section 3, War Without the United States, and the section beginning the invasion of Poland. On September the 1st, 1939, Hitler makes up a border dispute between Germany and Poland and orders his divisions to attack Poland. After 2 days, on that day, Britain and France warn him. Britain and France say, you have 12 hours to remove your troops from Poland or Britain and France will be at war. Hitler ignores the ultimatum, and Britain and France declare war on Poland on the 3rd of September, 1939. Chamberlain, who is still Prime Minister, gets on the radio, and you can hear the sadness in his voice. He says this country is at war with Germany. Hitler's generals have developed a new tactic. And this tactic is known as Blitzkrieg. It translates from the German into lightning war. And let's have a look at what this means. You take a line of defense. Okay, imagine this is the Polish line of defense. You have infantry, infantry, infantry. Behind trench lines, lines of defense, you have tanks kind of associated with your infantry. And in the back, here's headquarters, here's communications, here's food, all the stuff that an army uses to run itself. And of course, there are roads that lead, back to headquarters, there are roads that lead here, there are roads that lead there. You can imagine what this looks like. What Blitzkrieg is a lightning assault with heavily armored columns and dive bombers. And what you do in Blitzkrieg is you take mechanized infantry in trucks, not infantry walking on the ground, infantry in trucks, you pair them with tanks, you pair them with dive bombers, and you take a small number of them and you just blast through the line in one place. You take another small group and you blast through the line in another place. The enemy infantry is still here in its lines, but now you and your tanks are playing around, cutting off their communication with headquarters, cutting off their communication from each other, clogging up the roads so they can't travel, cutting off their supplies. Then, and only then, does your infantry come up to attack their infantry. But by this point, their infantry is trying to retreat, trying to get back together. They have lost communication, they have lost their outlet to supply, etc., etc., etc. It creates incredible confusion. You use terror bombing tactics. You bomb all the little towns in here to get the people out on the roads. If the people are out on the roads, the army cannot respond. And this was the tactic that Hitler uses to perfection in Poland. It's Germany's new tactic. It translates to lightning war. Poland's powerful infantry divisions fight and die bravely. Poland's cavalry groups fight and die bravely. Stalin comes into the war, like we talked about, in the Polish rear, and Poland ceases to exist. It took 3 weeks. That the entire country of Poland was overrun in 3 weeks. Warsaw was bombed mercilessly. It was a true tour de force. The world was shocked that the Polish army only lasted 3 weeks. People expected more. While this was going on, Britain and France are at war, and Germany's western border is very lightly defended. But the British and the French do not attack. Hitler knows they won't attack. His generals said, you have to defend the western border of Germany. Hitler says, no, we don't. The British and the French won't attack, and he's right. The British, and the French especially, hunker down behind their lines, waiting to kind of see what happens next. The French depended on a line of fortresses called the Maginot Line, which we'll take a look at briefly, in order to defend themselves. But the war started September the 1st. By October the 1st, Poland has been destroyed. A few weeks after that, Warsaw finally falls in nasty street-to-street fighting, and Hitler has won this great victory in an amount of time that nobody really considered to be possible.